Good evening. I'm Deputy Mayor Anthony Marcus. This is the September 5th, 2018 Village Board meeting. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
2017.
2017.
Yes.
Okay. My first mistake. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would just, first, the mayor is a little bit under the weather. He's fine, but he couldn't make it this evening, so he asked me to stand in, and I'm going to. I'd like everybody to have their thoughts and prayers for the volunteers and the victims for the Hurricane Harvey. Terrible catastrophe down there, but also it always brings out great work by a lot of people to volunteer and first responders to help those in need. And, you know, we all have our thoughts and prayers in them because we never know when something like that's going to hit us, and we would want to have the same kind of help that they did. So I ask that you give them some thought.
All election districts polling sites will be involved in this primary. The election polls in the village of Mount Kisco will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. The election district locations have not changed, but I'll go through them again. District number 1 is at the library. District 2 is here at Village Hall. District 3 is also at the library. District 4 is over at the Justice Court. District 5 is at the Ambulance Corps building on Lexington Avenue. District 6 is at the Mount Kisco Housing Authority. And District 7 is also at the library. What we have here is the village's new website. We've changed the URL. It is a .gov, so it is no longer mountkisco.org. It is www.mountkisco, all spelled out, ny.gov. We have made the change so that we've still retained the mountkisco.org as a URL address for internet, but anybody that goes to it, it will be redirected to this new site. We did make the change. This went up last Thursday. We had a little time to work out some of the kinks. It also has given us a little time for the different internet software and the different search engines to be able to catch up with the change. It takes them a little time with their algorithms and the search engine to register the new site and to pick up the redirects. But the site is a new look. It's a fresher look. It's a cleaner look from the old site. What you'll see, and I'm not going to go through the whole site. Before we go through it, I also want to say a big thank you to Paula Maiorano, the deputy clerk, who put a lot of time and effort in on this, Patty Tippa down in the billing department, and all the department heads and staff who worked to take a look at their pages, take a look at their information, make sure that it was up to date. We still have a lot of work to do on it. It's an ongoing evolutionary process with a website. It should be, and we need to constantly be working to update. But what I think is important about the new site is that it allows us to do so much more that the old site simply just didn't allow us to do. The old site didn't have the capability or the functionality that the new one does. So while we're not completely robust yet on all of those, all of the abilities of the new site, we will be taking advantage as we continue to explore.